I'm recording this before the results came in. But one thing I know, I'm not a prophet, but one thing I know, there's a lot of upset people today. There's a lot of disunity today. There's a lot of antagonism today. There's a lot of anger today. There's a lot of putting it in somebody's face today. There's a lot of taunting today. There's a lot of celebration today, celebrating especially in front of people who didn't get their way. I know our country right now is more divided than it's ever been. We've been saying that again and again and again and again and again, and it is. Every day, every election, it's like we're more divided than we have ever been. And I'm sure today is exactly more divided than it was yesterday. And I want to do a little call out to all of us who live on a higher level. I'm up on a higher level right now. I'm on a mountain. I'm on a higher level, and I can see out and have perspective that other people don't see. I can see things that you can't see when you're down in the valley. If you're in the valley, if you're in the muck of American politics, if you're in just the grind of the lowness of how we talk about one another and how we judge one another, you just don't have perspective. You got to elevate yourself. You got to elevate yourself up to see what's going on. And I want to be one voice that says, hey man, I want to elevate your game. I want you to see things that people who are in the valley are not seeing. In the Bible, the book of Psalms, which by the way, has stood the test of time. Rome didn't stand the test of time. Philistia didn't stand the test of time. The Amalekites didn't stand the test of time. Some of you are going like, Philistia, Amalekites, who the heck is that? Exactly. They were like the most dominant nations in their day, and they're gone. The Persians, gone. And yet the truth in this book still stands. The people who put their life in conformity to this book get judged, get misunderstood, but your life stands. And here's what it says in this ancient book, Psalm chapter 133. It says, a song of ascents of David. Ascents, I'm ascending, right? We've ascended, able to see things. Song of ascents, to elevate our game. Behold, how good and pleasant it is when brothers or sisters dwell in unity. It's like the precious oil on the head running down on the beard of Aaron, running down on the collar of his robes. It's like the dew of Hermon, which falls on the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord has commanded the blessing, life evermore. Hey, people of faith. Hey, people who have respect for this book. May it be said of us that we dwell in unity? Can we say of us, men and women, who may have voted differently because we have some different understandings of how America should operate? Maybe we have some different things that are hyper important to me. Maybe pro-life, which is unlike hyper important to you, which may be immigration reform, and that tends to fall on different lines. Can we say, hey, we all have some different things that are higher importance to us, and can we just for a moment not judge somebody who views something else as more important than we do? Can we just say, hey, despite those issues, red, blue, Republican, Democrat, right, left, can we say we elevate our game, we live on a higher level? Let's leave the people who don't have faith down in the valley. Let's leave them down in the muck. Can we elevate and say, hey, I see you. You voted different than me, but you know what? I'm going to dwell in unity with you because we have a gaze towards heaven that's different than people who only have a gaze toward this little empire called America that is going to end eventually. I hope not end in my lifetime. I hope it lasts and endures for a long time. But if history is clear about anything, it's that we don't learn anything from history. Friends, do not put your hope in America. Do not put your hope in your candidate. Do not put your hope in whoever the next president is. Put yourself in Jesus. And when you do, there's a moisture that comes to you. I'm up here in a very arid climate, and I can just feel my tongue, my lips are dry right now. And there's a mountain, the highest mountain that I've been in over in Israel, Mount Hermon. And it says the dew, like the dew of Hermon. It's the dew that falls on that mountain that keeps vegetation going. When you're in an arid climate, it's the dew. It's not the rainstorm because they don't come by very often. It's the dew. You and I have to learn how to be satisfied with the simple pieces of moisture God brings our way. Like I have the freedom to vote for somebody instead of having a dictator over me. That's due. Even my person lost, that's due. Like, I have laws that will still look out for me, unlike in other cultures where there are no laws. That's like due. I can raise it. Like, there's brothers and sisters who will care for me when I fall down. Brothers and sisters who will help me when I fall down. It is good when brothers and sisters dwell in unity. Sometimes we say, hey, let's be different. Those of us who have a higher elevation, those who can come above the fray and to pray instead of being prey of the mountain lions and the people who would devour us, let's look at people who voted differently than us. And let's say, hey man, I respect you. I respect you. I respect you. And we are one before God, even if we're not one in our political beliefs right now. If you and I could do that, this verse would come true and say how good and pleasant it is when brothers and sisters dwell in unity. We're not putting out a good and pleasant aroma right now. We're just acting like a bunch of whiners. I would expect maybe an atheist to be a whiner. By the way, not all atheists are whiners. I would expect maybe that because they don't have an elevated view of eternity. But you and I, we do. We do. Let's dwell together in unity and let's show the world how we can actually be united even when we have differences.